What's up, dude?
What's up?
I love it, man. So it's good to see you.
Thank you. Back at you. Back at you. Just settling in a little bit. Ate some dinner and came on to do the show. Smoked a
Well,
little.
you know, Brittany's out of town working on a project. You know, she's out of the state right now. And I am currently talking to you from my studio, but I'm really with Jimmy at the Marion County Fair in Ocala.
Are you really? No.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's why we're doing the live Motley Croc show.
Cool.
Because it couldn't be the Undead or we'd be dead. So it has to be the live Motley Croc show. So it's just Jeff and I tonight. We're gonna give you guys a little bit of a show, and it could last an hour, it could last a half hour. We don't know yet. So just one of the things where we're talking.
It's fun either way.
Long day, but you got like a new gadget you were going to talk about.
Yeah, man, this thing's awesome. I was actually just about to take a hit of it. It's a little pre-filled chillum from Insa Medical, and it comes like packed. Okay, and like a little cork, and you just take it out and. Well, okay.
You just take it, so it kind of lights like a cigar in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, dang, man.
I think they're made to be gripped and like that, but that's just too much work for my old ass. And then when it's cashed, you can put more weed in it and put the plug back in. It packs it down, and it's ready to roll again. So I think they were like $6 or $7 filled.
Oh man, that's nice. How many hits do you get out of it?
I like it a lot, man. I've used it like 3 or 4 times. You get like 5 or 6 good rips out of it, and then I refilled it a few times. And
so you can actually use it. So you're saying it comes pre-medicated, and then you can add your own medicine to it when you're done.
That is 100% correct.
You know, I wanted to. Yeah, well, I got this.
Oh yeah, I haven't got a chance to show that off, have you?
I wanted to tell everybody I had before another show, but this is the 5280. Like, so it's a for smoking tobacco for those of you that don't have a medical card, and for those of you that do, it's very good for putting your medical cannabis inside of it. Right. I mean, you know, you feel anxiety, you feel some stress. You know, a lot of people, you know, and it's funny because there's a lot of people that are still really turned off to the fact that marijuana is not a gateway drug or an addictive drug or, you know, a narcotic, et cetera, et cetera. When they call marijuana a narcotic, it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, and who came up with the term gateway drug? Because you know you don't have to smoke weed to friggin' hoover some cocaine, you know, or to fucking bang heroin. Or some people don't like smoking.
Well, you know, there was a recent. It's funny because of the way it's laid out. Like, so there was this recent documentary. One, you guys should watch the documentary on Pam Anderson. She's just shot out.
You're gonna watch that one.
Shot out. But
too much marijuana, man.
Yeah, you're right. Right. The Playboy Mansion mixed with a little hepatitis. The Playboy Mansion is out. You know, Hugh Hefner, I guess he was, you know, diddling dogs and forcing and drugging, and you know, Cosby had his own room, whatever. But they always would specify when, like, oh yeah, when we were in Hefner's room, there was always tons of drugs, marijuana, and Quaaludes.
Yeah, well, those were the fucking daily. Everybody had some in their pocket.
But listen, here's what I'm saying. So here's the stamina to it, or the stigma to it, because you use the word marijuana and Quaaludes. That's all people hear: marijuana and Quaaludes. They don't think about it as, you know,
it's been demonized, man.
Or someone will say, "Well, I'm not going to do that stuff. That's not, you know, I'm not going to put that crap in my body. I'm just going to go down and get some Robitussin and chug whatever's in there." Big Farm said it's okay. Right. And I bet people go, "That's what all those redneck stoner dumbasses say, Big Farm." But it's really true. Like, if you really look at a lot of the there's a lot of doctors, not just holistic doctors now, that are doing it, Jeff. Like, they'll prescribe it. Look, this is a lot better for you. And I have
medicine, and you know, for all their faults, at least the current administration is going in a direction where they're trying to put the building blocks, you know, down, especially. Right now, the banking laws really hold up the dispensaries because they can't use banks, so they have to deal in cash, and there's a lot of risk and a lot of robbery, especially like out on the West Coast. I know California is very common for dispensaries and for growing facilities to get hit. I mean, they just fucking bum rush you with a lot of big scary weapons and take your shit, and they just fucking start all over and grow it again. But that him pardoning the federal prisoners, you know, and of course the other side's got to say, well, that doesn't really do anything. It really does. It sends a message to the world that it's not a dangerous drug. It shouldn't be scheduled, you know, and there is medicinal use. And even if there wasn't, It's no worse than alcohol.
Well, no, and alcohol is used for medicine too. A lot of people say they do that to put out a fire. I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And alcohol kills a lot more people than marijuana does.
Oh, hell yeah.
Marijuana doesn't kill anybody really, but
no, not at all, unless you like shot in a drug deal gone bad, which would not happen if it were legal. I mean, there's always going to be your pirate entrepreneurs who are going to fucking try to sell weed out of the back of their van.
What I don't understand is, man, let's just take it to the layman term. Let's get away from the federal side. How can anybody? I mean, I do know why, because I do believe in big pharmaceutical, and they don't want something that's going to work 10 times better for less money that anybody can grow themselves. They want to capitalize off selling you fucking Prozac and Vicodin and Percocet and whatever the hell else they had, a Paxil, right? That shit. People come off Z-bars, man. For those of you who don't know what a Z-bar is, if you're new to the game, it's Xanax. They come off Xannies, man. They could be clean a year. You know, I got my PTSDs subsided. I was taking Xanax bars, riding his motorcycle. I know this personally happened to somebody. Riding his motorcycle back across the bridge, hadn't had to do anything, stopped drinking everything, nothing of that stuff. And then had a bad reaction, a seizure from the amount of Xanax he took the year before because, you know, he was dealing with something. And you know, guys, there's a lot of veterans out there that have seen some heinous things. There's fire department out there. There's kids. There's police officers. There's all kinds of people I've seen, and just normal people, day-to-day, car accidents, etc. You know, and sometimes, you know, your mind takes over and does things that you're completely not consciously able to control. I mean, you know what I mean, Jeff? It's
yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't drive stoned because it makes me uncomfortable. I'm sure
I'm not going to do that to somebody else. Me neither. I wouldn't.
Yeah, and like I know I space out. You know, the few times that I had done it in the past, like I'll just all of a sudden I'll blink and I'm like 14 miles down the road from where I thought I was. I'm like, how the fuck did I get here? And I do that when I'm not high. So can you imagine me all fucking zooted? And especially with today's weed, like how powerful it is. I'm actually going to do a demonstration because, you know, and by the way, this is 100% legal. I am a medical marijuana user. Just so everybody knows, a little disclaimer. But, you know, I like to get stoned and put my feet up and fucking eat some snacks and watch some TV.
And even that word stoned is scary, but you can get stoned on just your normal dose of Valium or
fucking Oxy.
I mean, or Oxycontin. All right.
Oxys, Roxys. I mean, this is shit that fucking kills people
on a daily basis.
And people kill over.
And they'll sell it to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's fucking the government is the biggest drug dealer out there.
And with the bullshit going on right now with people lacing marijuana with fentanyl. I mean, that.
See, I don't know if that ever actually, because that shit like that
I don't know
around, but like I don't think they're gonna waste their fentanyl on some weed when they can use it to make like that fucking.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it that way. I mean, there was some savagery going on, a way to like, it's kind of like a chemical terrorist attack. I mean, that's what I was reading. I was reading this whole article about like they could, you know, kill a couple hundred people like within seconds at any given time, or even up to a couple thousand by marijuana to street dealers, right? And is it fentanyl's from where? China?
Fentanyl. Well, I mean, the drug itself, they manufacture it in Asia. Yeah, that's.
I thought the article I was reading said fentanyl's from China. There's little
it comes into Mexico too, but via China. And
everything that's going on, think about it, man.
Yeah, it's crazy that you know, I grew up in the 80s, so I'm not gonna lie, I did cocaine, lots and lots of cocaine, and off fucking awesome places. But you know, and back then I actually worried more about my cocaine being too not powerful. You know, like or they're putting like baby laxatives in there, so I'm gonna shit my pants or.
Cutting it with
never happened, by the way. I just want to tell everybody that.
Cutting with glass.
What's that?
They would be cutting with glass and all kinds of shit.
Dude, with fucking with fucking shitty meth, dude. Or fucking baby powder or inositol or fucking lactose.
Okay, once again,
I'm
guys.
Lactose intolerant, man.
We're talking about you know the type of drug use that went on in the 80s and how they did things. We're not condoning any type of illegal narcotic drug use. We should never do it. If you have done it, good for you. We're not recommending it.
I
would never recommend cocaine to anybody anyways.
I'm not a doctor. You know, I'm not a doctor in 1852, so I can't recommend cocaine.
Exactly. We're talking about medical cannabis and what it does for a lot of things, or the way they're doing medical,
right.
Or even venomous animals such as venomous snakes, working on different things such as Alzheimer's and cerebral palsy.
Oh, absolutely. Gila monster.
Gila monster. Exactly.
Yeah, Gila monster's big on Alzheimer's, and so do there's so much work in different drugs and Alzheimer's. I mean, I read a lot and done a lot of research about psychedelic therapies and for different things, and that they've made leaps and bounds in Alzheimer's. Apparently growing new synapses and crazy shit, man. Like the body's adapting, and it's one of the things with Alzheimer's is you lose that ability to transmit that electrical signal that makes you do stuff.
Like eat, tie your shoes, go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
Know where you are. Yep.
And by the way, I've dealt with it, so I'm not like poking fun at it. But
my family, man, I totally have been there and walked it.
All the males in my family, except the ones that died too young for it. But they've made so much headway with Gila monster venom and stuff like that for Alzheimer's, and psilocybin, LSD, DMT. And people blow that off because it's demonized. They hear, they're like, LSD, a bunch of fucking hippies are gonna come dancing.
But look at, I like every now and then. I'm not a drinker, man, but every now and then I like to try something good, like a really well made whiskey, or one night I was doing dough ball. I think drinking and doing it.
I remember
he was doing that dough ball, man, doing it. But when drinking a little dough ball, I can't. If I sit here and drink the whole bottle and get in my car to go get a pizza, I could kill somebody. I mean, you can overdose on even legal stuff. So I mean, everything. I think alcohol is much worse than LSD.
Oh, without a doubt, and it's more readily available
to anybody.
Yeah, it's
so like, well, this medical marijuana is getting to the children and edibles. So the kids are getting into your liquor cabinet.
They think
taking Fireball to school and mixing it in their fucking eggnog and passing it around to kids, and then they're getting drunk, getting hurt and killed and everything else. It's the same thing. It's your job to keep your medicine away from fucking kids.
It's common sense. Just like your guns. You don't fucking leave your gun out on the table for a 3-year-old to pick up and fucking accidentally pull the trigger.
Yeah, or they're making it into gummy bears. I go, no. Illegal companies make it into gummy bears. You go to a medical marijuana center and you buy edibles. It's in a container that's sealed. For those of you that don't know, that maybe on the fence with it or hate us for saying what we're saying, it's in a white sealable either bag or plastic container, and then on the inside it's sealed in another bag. It says THC. Medicinal base over it. Yeah, and so you're supposed to take that, you put it away, and you're supposed to. That's your responsibility.
Yeah, and I get
it out with Florida. That's on you.
I get what Florida was doing by banning like funny shapes and bears and stuff, because that is going to appeal to kids, And don't get me wrong, I love a good fucking weed gummy bear.
Nerd rope. It appeals to me.
Oh yeah, I love the fucking nerd rope, dude. That's munchies. I got some nerd. So no, I don't. It'll be illegal. So and so the state of Florida was saying they have to be colorless, so they're all like white clear.
Yep.
And they have to be the same shape. It's just a little half dome. It looks more like well, it's kind of covered in sugar, but the shape of it's more like a cough drop shape than a gummy bear.
Little round gummy.
What they were doing. But I like fun shapes too at the same time,
I don't really care. I'm looking for the effect. If I'm whacked out and I want to chill or I need to focus, I'll just eat it. I don't care if it looks like a gummy bear. Some people want it to look like a penis. I've seen those. I mean, I've been to Vegas. I've seen that stuff, and even up in I'll tell you, there's some really good weed at the. Here, let me change that term so it doesn't sound so ghetto. It is a medical marijuana is actually really, really highly functional and awesome in states that
I fucking love it.
Like they have this blueberry madness, and like you eat this thing. Tastes like a blueberry candy, and then about an hour you're like, whoa, or I feel much better. You're laughing.
Yeah, dude,
you're feeling, you're loving your friends, and music's taking you away. You become creative. It's almost like it takes the block of what life does to you when you're growing up. It takes it away. Like it takes away your nastiness. Like, I don't want to be mean to Jeff, man. I want to hang out tonight and come up with awesome ideas. So Jeff and I could probably get really stoned and come up with a really good show idea, because we've now opened our brain. We got all the bullshit out of it, the stress that causes
from the day, the
fatness,
codes and the
man boobs and everything else it can cause. Too much cortisone in the body.
Wait, what causes man boobs? I got to stop doing it.
No, I said it stops all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah. No,
it stops all that stress hormone
yes.
and stuff that causes
cortisol. Yeah,
and
that's
it
real.
releases the right amount of dopamine. I mean, marijuana affects your dopamine levels, which is what you need, and it almost blends with it. It's like making I don't even know how to say it, man, without sounding really dumb. But it's like the perfect smoothie.
I got an idea.
The perfect smoothie, man. Everything comes together, and your body's healthy. You know,
food tastes better, way better. Everything smells better. Everything outside looks better. You know, and it's not
all your senses
mind bending,
right?
It chills you out. It takes, like, if I take 10 milligrams of edible, which is the recommended dose in Florida, like you like 1 square of chocolate or 1 gummy, you know, I get so, like, I don't get really high. I don't feel like I could,
you feel good.
Yeah, I could. I mean, like, I can't smoke and drive, but if I was on edible, I'm sure I couldn't feel confident, but I just don't. Because I never drank and drive either. Well, not after my.
No, I mean, I don't do it. When I come home, man, if I'm riding around with somebody, you know, and a lot of reason. Let me tell you, folks, a lot of reason to do like inhalants, like a vapor or a smoke, is it goes away pretty quick. So, like, if you're going to be somewhere for 4 or 5 hours, you can smoke and have a good hour, 2 hours of being high, and then you're done. It's gone. There's
edibles last 2 days sometimes.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with edibles too much, man. I really don't, because you know what? That shit hit you in a hole. You're just sitting there relaxed. Next, you know, somebody hits you, you're wide open. I mean, it can be great, or sometimes it can be.
Yeah, no. At risk of sounding like a freak, which
that's okay.
One.
We are the weirdos, man.
There's this stuff called RSO. It's Rick Simpson oil, and it comes. You know, it used to just come in a concentrate in a syringe, and
what do they call it? Distillate.
What's that?
Is that called a distillate?
Oh no, distillate is like is a different product, but it comes the same way.
Like in the little tube with ejection.
Right. It's like this little plastic syringe.
Okay.
And now one of the places, I think it's Move, has what do they call it? Like some kind of something pen. It's an applicator, and it spits out the perfect amount every time. So I don't know if you've used those syringes to bake or anything, dude, but they're like, you got to put them in hot water, otherwise you can't even push it. Right. And a lot of it gets wasted. You know, it sticks to the side. But this stuff is like, it's dark. It's almost black because it's like cooked down and cooked down and cooked down. And it was, I guess, invented or whatever, came up with by this guy, Rick Simpson. I think he was a cancer patient, and it took away all of his pain. And this shit, man, I can't name names at this point, but I had a girlfriend, and we used to take like candy bars and put like a rice-sized little curl of fucking RSO on it. And it was like otherworldly, dude. There were times when, not to get too graphic, but I didn't know where I ended and she began. I mean, it was just like, it was crazy. Yeah. It was other fucking worldly, game changer.
So, I was going to tell you, for baking and stuff, I actually have that powder.
Oh, yeah, the true powder?
Yeah, I just put it at 10 milligrams a scoop. You just put it in. You can put it in your orange juice, in your cereal, and have a great day.
You get the flavorless, right?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I like to take.
It doesn't last as long. It doesn't last as long as like a gummy, or it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it does not at all. And neither does the distillate. You put it sublingually, and it's over very quick. But it's supposed to, like, it's more fast acting. But oh shit, I'm a little stoned. What were we talking about before?
You were talking about the RSO or something.
Oh, yeah, so the RSO. I mean, it's fucking amazing that there's a lot of different ways. I mean. Yeah, buddy, let's take a little hit. But I'm very stoned, everybody. So if I seem like I'm lost, I'm actually lost. So the RSO is great. I mean, there's like 50 different. Oh, we're talking about the true powder. So when I used to do certain reptile shows, I had my big green Yeti tumbler, and I filled it with coffee and put 2 scoops of that powder in there and just sip it all day long. And I was like, perfect. Perfect. They also have like the Mio type stuff that you can squeeze in your water.
I saw that, man. That's at that. I know what that is. That can really screw. I mean, you can screw yourself up. You're not careful. It is like a Mio. It comes, for those of you who haven't seen it. It comes in like there's a little thing you squeeze. You have to fill it up to the line, because if you were like to turn it over, oh my God, bro, you could end up. I think they're like 650 milligrams for the whole bottle.
Usually it's 20 milligram per dose.
Per dose,
at least 200.
200. They had this big white bottle. It was like huge. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, dude. I got a little somebody that I went out with a few times that worked at Curaleaf gave me one. Or somebody gave me one that worked at Curaleaf, and I have it still. I haven't even used it. Just I like to like have a nice full day when I'm.
You know what? I tried to get it. I was going to get it in indica so I could go to bed because that's what I like.
Yep.
So to help me sleep because I have insomnia, man. I mean,
oh yeah, me too. That's
wild lifestyles. We've talked about it. Wild lifestyles and the constant stress of making sure you've got everything covered keeps you awake. Yeah. I'm sorry, there's just no way around it.
So, especially when you got to get up, and you're like you can't sleep, and then you start stressing out about not being able to sleep because you got to get up. 100%. You start counting the hours. Well, if I go to sleep now, I'm going to have 4 hours. Oh man, that was
again. Jeff and I are not live right now. Jeff is probably sleeping, and I am at the Marion County Fair. This is a pre-recording. It is the Unlive live show for the Motley Croc. Just in case there's comments coming in, we can monitor comments. I'll look at them while it's live that night. I'll be working, but I will make sure I
look too.
Jeff sometimes does that too. We've done it in the past. Where
maybe I'll jump on and comment.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that too as well, and it's going to come out at 8:00, like you are sitting right now as normal. We'll be at 8:00, Jeff. So
pre-recorded.
Brittany is out filming again, so she's out on some thing that we're not going to talk about, but she's out filming, which is great. And Jimmy is currently at the FAWC, the wrestling champ, the alligator wrestling champ.
Oh, he is.
Yep.
Do we know wrestling?
I don't know what he was doing. I know Justin was wrestling. I know there was a bunch of
Justin
people.
Usually does.
Yeah, I think Justin. I got a call today, and my mom was like, "Yeah, Justin won first place." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sure."
Nice. He's won a bunch of those.
I mean, he's good. He came out because he hasn't done it in a while, and I thought he was done for sure. Like I'm not doing it anymore. I got kids, blah blah. But
yeah,
that thrill and for someone like him that does that, you got to give it up because.
Right.
Not everybody can do that, man.
Right. They're in a pool.
I haven't seen anybody. There's some good wrestlers, but Justin, man, he's in a galaxy. He's from another planet, man.
Justin's I've never seen anybody handle animals the way Justin does. He's afraid of nothing.
Yep.
No fear whatsoever. I have that healthy fear, that I know, like, don't touch that hot stove because it's going to fucking hurt. And not that, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I'm a little jealous of Justin that fucking he's got that power and, the fucking Bite Force, man. That was, it's like
I love that name, Bite Force. But
it's awesome.
He there's anybody does what he does, especially with alligators. I'm sorry, man. And I've heard it before. We've been out on the reservation, and they've been on the mic. They're like, "There's nobody that like Justin." Blah blah. And I mean, they really feel that way. So I got to give props to Justin.
Yep.
I'm sure some of my haters will see this and that will suck up to him and say, "Oh, Troy was talking about you," whatever. But I'll tell him that we were paying you some respect on the show.
Absolutely,
I don't know if you've won first prize. I just heard that. I haven't seen it. So, but if you did, congratulations.
Congratulations,
man. It's cool. I've seen stuff being posted, but I've been so busy, I haven't been able to completely follow my social medias often. But man, I got a lot. I got a lot going on.
Yeah. I actually been meaning to reach out too because I haven't talked to him in a minute, and we've
been playing phone tag this past week. He would call, I'd miss him, call you back, I'll call you back, I'll call you. So I phone tagged him the whole week.
He's a busy dude.
But I have other people, and there's our people that come on here and watch and stuff, and they have the audacity to. I mean, these are adults. Some of these people are geriatric adults. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
and they'll say stuff to you, and then behind your back, you hear all these people come be like, "Oh, they said that, you're not really doing any of that stuff that you guys are out doing, and Brittany doesn't do this, and they all want to be like you, or they're just trying to be like me, and blah blah blah. And I'm this and that, and some of these people, they're on TV and they have some stuff, but it's not anything special. It's fucking. I mean, I'm sorry, Jeff, and if you're watching, you know exactly who you are, and that's some low shit. In the amount of time that you've been alive on the planet, you should take a chill, sit back a little bit, and stop being such a nasty motherfucker. How about that?
Yeah, whoever he's talking about, stop it.
Fucking grow up.
Grow the fuck up.
God damn, grow up. You're way too old to be acting like that. Way too old.
Yeah, somebody talking shit. I hate that shit, dude. Tell me to my face.
And it's like, man, just when you think, and then that person will be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Or
send you. Always,
like, come on,
always.
What are you talking about? And I know that I know because Jeff. If I'm like, Jeff, I didn't say anything about you, bro. I don't know what they're talking about. And you heard it from one person. Sure, we got this kind of talking.
From everybody.
We got that, right? But if you're hearing it from like every single person that comes in contact with me and stuff, it's real. I'm sorry. It's the way it goes. So
yeah, dude, I
I'm
know.
pretty out there, dude.
Small world.
I'm sure in the past I've talked some shit, but it's never undeserved. I don't just pick up and talk about somebody. I won't do that.
And you wouldn't deny it if
I would not do
confronted.
that. I won't do it.
You know? Yeah, no, I don't like shit talk. And I had a long-standing feud with another hog breeder that used to be a close friend. And dude, I used to go to fucking Daytona and all I could think about was fucking jumping on this kid and fucking, first of all, I'm too old to fucking be throwing hands in the street and go to jail for, whatever. And after like last year I was there and I was like, you know what? This is stupid. I don't care that he talks shit about me or my animals. I went up to him. I was like, look, man, we're good. If you want to hold a grudge, that's fine, but I'm just done with it. It takes up too much of my time.
Yeah, I don't think about it. Sometimes I like it because, I believe this, man. And I've been around.
He's just successful.
I have been very fortunate and I want to say lucky. And I'm still a complete master at being a student. I'm a master student. That's what I'm doing. I'm a master student, man. I'm going to keep on learning how to be a student because I've had the presence of breaking bread with some amazing people, man, and life experiences, Jeff. Like, think about, and I know you have too. I do know you have. I know
because of you. I mean, you took me to break bread with those amazing people.
There's a lot, but there's a lot of that too,
man.
Well, that too, but even like some of these like people in the film industry and celebrities. I mean, recently we've been dealing with a heavy metal celebrity, man, and it's cool to sit down and actually talk to somebody who I used to listen to, man, and it was like, cool, this is the way we want to be. And now here you are talking to this person and you're like, this is totally just freaking rad. Like,
yeah, it is really cool. No, I totally get what you're talking about, dude. And I love
I'm so lucky to listen.
Yeah. And we got Jason comes on, got his celebrity, but he's like a fucking super chill dude.
Yeah. And I think that, yeah. So you got these people that come in and talk, but even in my life, like aside from that, even the upper world, like where there's other celebrities and older people that are no longer with us that were doing things and in some of the stuff that I do being animals or whatever.
Yep.
And I've been fortunate. I mean, I grew up in the animal industry pretty much. And I say industry because we've always had some sort of exotic, ridiculous thing since I was born. And from everything from the normal horses to sloths to amazing birds.
That's so cool,
reptiles, man. My parents were insane, dude. Like my mom's like me. She loves tortoises. You just had tortoises are like,
it's so rad.
Judy's rad.
I like her.
Yeah. She just loves tortoises. And she helps me a lot with the when I was young, they were scared of snakes. Like, my parents aren't like, oh my gosh, I want to have a bunch of snakes, but they get it, But back then you didn't because it was scary or you could get hurt or whatever. Or I don't really want to feed it because back then, Jeff, they weren't doing frozen thawed. Everything you had to go
it was live mice or
you had to buy live at the beginning. So now they're like, oh, we get it, and they come and help me at the house. They check the waters and everything. And I know my mom's not going to feed, even if that's not her thing.
Yeah, no.
So I have friends that do it, but now they get it. They understand, and my mom has developed an extremely good relationship with one of my adult crocodiles.
That's awesome. You guys
will be able to go see at Jimmy's eventually.
How's your dad feel about that?
Or be back. Yeah, exactly. But she really loves that crocodile, and it's a crocodile. Awesome. And if I would have time traveled back and go, listen, I'm your son. I'm from 2021 at the time. You have made such a great relationship with this animal. She'd be like, you're crazy. I would never. So.
Isn't that great when somebody just adds a new facet to their life like that and they're so perfect at it and they get successful with it? I mean, it could just be the weed talking, but I love to see that shit that I love to meet people that are either afraid of reptiles or not into it. And then they're calling me every day to want to come over and fucking go in the snake room and hold shit and touch shit just because they finally did it. And it was not so bad. Even the first time you get bit by a snake, you scream and say, ouch, but it didn't really hurt. It just took you by surprise. And once you realize that that's going to happen and it's not a surprise, you're cool with it.
I think that's totally true. And I think, that opening eyes like that, that's amazing, man.
Dude, especially with kids, getting kids into it and doing lectures and stuff and watching their little faces light up when you pull out a snake. It's the fucking best thing ever.
And I do like that, and a lot of people hear me say things, and when animals are something that I do and that I've done for a long time, and I think that and there's still a lot of animals that I've been learning about, and I really just am all into it. And then there's some animals that I've got a really good amount of knowledge on because of trial and error and how many years I've had them and sitting with them for hours on end. And I don't know about most of you guys out there in TV land or Streamland. During the lockdown of 2020, I spent 24/7 with my primates, my lemurs, my persimmons, and you start learning different behaviors and stuff, and I started noticing even more. And I mean, some of my lemurs I've had 8-9 years now, and for the young ones, that when I decided to personally have them, so personally at my home, I shared my master bedroom, and no, it wasn't a big shit mess and all that. And there have been a few people that have been to my place and know how I do it.
You can never tell there's fucking, primates in your house. That's for shit sure.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. I try. But, ringtails are extremely clean anyways. Unless they just really can't help it, they won't make a mistake. Ruffs are beautiful, friendly animals, but they like to mark by dropping nuggets on everybody. They like to drop nuggets. Like, hey, I like you. Let me shoot a nugget on you. That's how they are. And so not always, but they mark trees and they're crazy like that. But besides that, Jeff.
Yeah,
you sit and learn all the different things with them that most people don't get to do. And so
coming to your house is like fucking going to a zoo.
Well, thank you. And
I love being around there, dude. Your animals are fucking well taken care of. They're friendly,
Thank you.
Izzy remembers me when I come there. He knows. Even if I haven't been there in a year or two, he'll come up and look at me and smell me a little bit.
Izzy's awesome. Yep.
Oh, dude, Izzy's rad. He really is. I've dealt with some emus in my life, and most of them are cunts. Let me tell you.
It really depends on the time of the year, too. They go into a thing, it's breeding season, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have an eagle owl. Permitted eagle owl for those of you. I have a permitted eagle owl. I'm allowed. The FWC knows. Now,
and he's
that's just a class 3 bird. If you've got the space and the time, I think everybody should have one. They're like the coolest thing ever.
Dude, I love that.
They're badass, all right? So he goes through a certain time where he's a little grouchy, man, because it's that time of the year. It's season. He's wanting to get his groove on. You know what I'm saying? Or times that when I fast him, because I have to fast him once a week. So when I fast him one day and I don't feed him, because you believe me, guys, you have to fast birds of prey. It's like a thing. And vary the diet. For those of you that don't know much about it, you should definitely vary the diet. And I mean by different things: mice, rats, little pieces of mice, chicks. A little different meat. Chicken hearts work really good as a training thing. They like that irony chicken heart. Even adding sometimes little chicken liver, sometimes just a little supplement. And if you cut it up, but in the wild they pretty much do whatever they want. They'll go from a lizard to a young deer to sometimes even a fox or whatever else is sneaking around out there in the.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. I bet.
But he can get mad at me sometimes because he's horny and he doesn't want to be bothered. He's waiting for a girl and he just gets a little. So they all throw fits. So what I try to do is just like you, Jeff. I mean, you do a real good job with your snakes and putting them together and coming up with some amazing babies. And I went to the show. Your glass cases are hands down badass. Some of the snakes you had in there, when I saw the price, I'm like, God damn, Jeff, that's just.
I know, dude. I made that shit. I made
good for you. I love that, man. Get up, dude. Be as big as you can.
Yeah, and I don't even like
I can do it.
Gravy, I love fucking breeding snakes, man. It's I'm right in the middle of breeding season now. I got some eggs coming over the next couple of days, I'm pretty sure. And every fucking year it never gets old. I love putting them together. I'm a creep, dude. I'm opening the drawers and being like, they both look at me like, get the fuck out,
Yeah, you get to see the eggs pop. You're like, look at that.
Oh, dude, when they pip out, it's like every time. First of all, there's so many, because there's so much breeding going on in that particular species. There's just fucking hets flying around everywhere. So you really never know what you're going to get. And even, 2 wild type animals, you're going to get some variations that are insane. So it's like every time it's like playing a cool lottery. You're waiting for something and then you get something 10 times cooler than you ever expected. And you're like, what the fuck did I do to make that thing?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So yeah, I'm so excited for the eggs to pip.
I love it. And like even with crocodilians, like the having the little the broad snouts hatch, and they're just
oh my god,
they're into the world. They're like, look at this little dinosaur, like this head goes pow. I mean, it's rewarding for those of you that have done stuff or breeding with animals. It's rewarding to see. And like I said, anything can get old. But I don't wish that I would be doing animals all the time as a professional because it ruins the nostalgia.
Take the fun out of it. It's like doing porn.
I love them. They're like exactly. Yeah.
You know,
they're
you
like
want to go home and fuck after a long day of fucking.
No, you want to go to bed. But they're like my
on the TV, smoke weed, your medicine.
Yeah, that's it. And I love them and creating with them and sitting with them. I like having time to sit down and with my kangaroo and
oh my god, Rowdy Rock.
He sits and preens on me and like he likes to pull your clean little hairs on my arms and he's they're just it's just amazing and you spend time with these creatures.
Yep, and they're
awesome. Down and sitting down and petting my cassowary and rubbing a cassowary. It is sitting down with my cassowary, petting it, and she's young. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to take care when she's up to breeding age and she's become a strong, independent woman. Well, she can stay a strong, independent woman. I mean, I'll still communicate with her. I'll have to go in with like a shield, a kick plate or whatever, just in case. But I mean, it's cassowary, man. They can. And they're
not an idiot about it. So you don't walk in there like in a fucking pair of flip flops and shorts with nothing and go deal with your cassowaries.
No, you don't do that. You
right.
You have to respect the animal. They could have a bad day. Right.
Look at fucking animal bloopers or like reptile bloopers on fucking YouTube. You'll shit your pants. There's so many pictures of people picking up cottonmouths, and they're fine because they got it pretty well tailed. But now they're looking at the camera, so they don't even realize where their fucking hands are. And whack.
Thank God you don't die from cottonmouths, huh?
Huh?
Thank God you can't die from a cottonmouth.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but you'd have to be pretty weak, I think.
Yeah, I was looking. I don't think anyone's ever died yet from it in Florida.
I don't know about cottonmouths. I know that people
water moccasins
died from mostly timbers here. That's the main.
That's totally different. That's a whole different.
Oh yeah. No, any rattlesnake. Especially like a native rattlesnake, except for the pygmies.
Viper Day, you're done.
Pygmies aren't bad. I don't think anybody's ever died from a pygmy in
Florida. I'm going to be really baked here in a minute, buddy.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm going to hit some more too myself. In fact, I can demonstrate. So,
woo!
I try to give a healthy respect to the venomous animals, but yeah, I may have handled it. I mean, I was being mentored by Ricky. And I handled a lot of snakes.
That's a wild dude to be handling.
I know, dude. When I said it out loud, I was like,
no, he does good.
Ricky?
I love Ricky. That from Ricky. He's good. Go ahead. He's good.
I love Ricky. Ricky reminds me. Did you ever see the show The League?
Yes.
He looks exactly like Rafi, the fucking brother-in-law. That's who Ricky reminds me of.
That's awesome.
Dude, look at like pull them both up and you're gonna shit yourself. Dude.
I will. I do. I remember too. I remember. No, I get Ricky. I send Ricky some fucked up videos, man, and him and I go back and forth quite a bit actually.
Dude.
I mean daily. And
somebody.
What's that?
Me too. Yeah, dude. I love the shit that Ricky sends me out.
Here we go. And he's like, "Whoa, where'd you find that?" I'm like, "Listen, I got sick friends." But yeah. But usually when I see some like just insane skateboarding or something and someone like pulls up my heel, like, because that's the thing, and we love skating. But I told him, like I told you, man, I said, you got to buy one wheel, homie.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, dude.
Dude, going off road, we're hitting the trail.
But
man, I was like flying down this trail. Cody and I were going down this trail out of Circle B, and we whipped like we were going by because you're on the dirt trail, and we came by. I mean, I rode up so fast on this gigantic alligator, dude, just laying like I'm talking like 3 feet away from the board. Like it was like 8-9 feet, big one. And 8-9 feet to most tourists, by the way, are 15 to 20.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Now I'm a little high. I'll tell you that they come.
Yeah, you always got to add.
We got one of those in our backyard, about
30%.
21 feet.
It's
you know what I think? You know what I think, Jeff?
What's that?
When somebody comes up to me and says, "Yeah, we got one in our backyard about 20 feet."
Yeah.
I mean, if that was a woman, whoever she's with is lucky because she thinks he has a big dick.
Yeah. 14 inches.
She's like, my God, that thing's 16 long. 16 long.
It's funny.
Because I can look at alligators and I don't like it when people overdo it. So can you imagine?
You underdo it probably.
The average person always, I'm pretty good, man. Flavio's fucking awesome at it.
We
did it good. I'm pretty good. I can look and tell. I mean, mostly you have growth in the skull. Sometimes you have distortion, or you'll have something that may cause a difference. Eye span and snout sometimes, but you can pretty much guesstimate. However, awesome. There's those times that an alligator will have like a 20-inch skull and a 6-foot body.
You say something else.
And a 6-foot body. I've seen some really for dermps out there, man.
And the ones with the big skulls look bigger.
What's that?
The ones with the big skulls definitely look bigger.
Yeah, and then when they get out of the water, you're like, oh, you're a midget.
Yeah.
What's going on? You're a midget gator.
Like they look like a lollipop, like big head, small body. No, I've seen those, dude. And I don't know if I ever sent you the picture. The first fucking gator I got out and stood over in the Everglades, I was with my my boss at the time, Clay. And we saw this gator, and this thing looked like it had the unluckiest life ever, although it was still alive. It looked like it had a bullet hole going straight through both jaws. I have a picture of it. I'll send it to you when we're done. And like its eye looked like it was half gouged out, like it had been fighting. It had scars all over. It looked like too skinny. I mean, this thing looked like it was just ready to die. Dude. But it was still fucking must have been thriving because all the scars are real old and fucking like keloidy. So they've been there for a long ass time.
Oh man, that's people do terrible things to those animals.
Oh man. Yeah, dude. But he was probably the baddest gator in the pond. Like, yeah, they call him like Whole Face or something, Scarface.
We had one named Bullet that had a hole in her head. We had her for a while. Justin got her for us actually. She was big too. No, honestly, but yeah, for the most part. So when these people come up, they're like, and they're real cool about it. They're like, "Hey, I like this. You'll be out on a pond somewhere and shit, and or a trail." And I'm a little big, Jeff.
So, I am too, dude.
You might have to see
space in my phone. I'm looking for that picture for you.
You're gonna be like, Troy, take it easy on that story. Now you're a little high, but some people, and they mean well. And sometimes I'm just cranky, because I don't like to ride the one wheel high too much because. You just don't react the same way, and you'll wake up on your back like, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened? Or they'll come up and they're like, listen, you boys better be careful. First of all, they tell me that they're like 2 years older than me. You boys better be careful out here on them things. There's one of them alligators down there, and he's probably about 19 foot. He's a 19-footer. Then I play dumb like, holy shit, 19 feet. I'll look at Cody. 19 feet, bro. That's the world record. Get a photo. And then I start rolling down there, and the thing's like 6.5 feet.
Yep.
How do you get 19 feet out of 6?
Right. For some reason, they want to scare you away. They want to show you how badass they are. That they saw that fucking gator, and they're going to tell you. I guess
they're always so wrong about it. We got one in the pond.
Yeah.
He's about 20, 21 foot. I'm like, oh, sure.
Probably about 21 years old.
Yeah. 21 inches.
I'm looking for these pictures of Big Cypress with my boss. It was like, first time I went to the Everglades, dude, and this thing, I got to show you this gator. I was like, man, you lived a fucking life. This guy fucks, Oh, man, that's a terrible picture. I have a picture of me and Danielle. I told you about we rolled up on the Panther that somebody had just hit, and it was still alive. So we called everybody, called the cavalry, and they came down. We waited with it. They unfortunately didn't make it. That picture just popped up when and the guy just we drove right by him. He was probably like 30 feet from it. And I didn't see it at that point. He drove past, and I pulled up, and I saw it, and I thought it was a bobcat because it was really small. But it was one of those. It was a panther they were monitoring. It had like that wasting disease that all the panthers get, or a lot of the panthers get.
Right.
And the poor thing, it was just like it was good size, but it was just laying there, and I could tell it was having respiratory issues. I mean, in retrospect, I should have gone and given like a needle aspiration and let the air out or something. But FWC would have fucking hauled me away in cuffs.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yep. So they were happy that I called them, though. I called them, and then they called the Rangers for Big Cypress. And I told them I'd wait until they got there. And I was down freaking like trying to comfort the thing as best I could without it tearing my face off with its last breath. Because they got some paws, those fucking panthers, dude. But it was such beautiful animals. It made me really sad.
Yeah, that's
really did. But so when I was looking for that picture of the gator, I was looking for pictures around Big Cypress, and that thing popped up, and I was like, motherfuckers, man,
Yeah, that sucks. Like,
at least stop to see if it's okay. He didn't know it could have been saved.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, of course, man.
But yeah, we get that stuff all the time. People say stuff. Sometimes I'm like, just don't. Like if I'm somewhere, like say I'm in Alaska, and I cross something on the trail that I've never seen before, like a Sasquatch or a mini foot or whatever they are, a bear.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I should be going to the next person going, hey, you know, there's a 20-foot bear back there, you know, mate, you better be careful. How do I know this guy's not the ranger? I just don't know why people do that. Just,
I know.
Just don't say anything. How you doing? That's what I say when I'm out.
And they could be the ranger. You say thanks and keep on walking, dude.
Exactly.
It doesn't, it doesn't.
Hey, guys, there's a gator up here if you're interested.
What's that?
Or just, hey, guys, there's a gator up there if you're interested.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, like if I go to like, God damn, what's that park you take Ruby to all the time? Up like near Hillsboro. It's like before you get to like Flatwoods and everything, if you go that way, but it's the other way.
It's like
the boardwalk and park.
Morris Bridge something?
Morris Bridge is the other way. That's where me and Ricky got kicked out for having hooks. The guy said, you can't bring those snake sticks in here.
It's something fish.
Well, there's Flatwoods.
It's before it. It's the little canoe dock area, park area there.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So, when I'm walking there or something and I see like a family of tourists with cameras and shit, and they're looking for a gator, I was like, hey, it's one right over there. I'm like I'm like that guy in all the commercials that gets in the elevator and talks to everybody.
That's awesome. Yeah, but that's different. You're not like, hey, there's a 14-foot. You don't do that.
Or like, man, be careful. There's a gator like down at the bottom of the boardwalk that could not possibly get to you.
But you could die.
Yeah, you could die from its bite. Or get a very bad.
And the woman would come in the background. She's like, "My man was so close. It startled me though because it did like a hissing sound." And he's like, "Man, I shuffled it off, but y'all be careful."
Right?
Where y'all from? I'm like, right here.
We're
from Ontario. Oh, cool. You know a lot about them, then, don't you? And there's always like that support. Like
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can tell by the look in his eyes, he was going to strike at any moment.
Yep. Ooh, he's watching us, honey. He's watching you. I've heard that too.
Because their eyes move so well.
Like they'll yell at you. My favorite is like when you come kayaking up and there's like these wooden fishing docks, like at parks, right? Sergeant something, whatever, parks like that. And you'll be kayaking back from I think it's the 17 Fingers or whatever. It's really awesome. It's like a challenge.
I love kayaking like the Hillsboro and stuff. Love it.
Yeah, this one over here, bro. If you go straight, it's called 17 Fingers. Like only some of them dead end. I mean, you got to get out there early and really play the game. But let me tell you something. There are some monster alligators back in them fingers.
Dude, I love it. I like going to those little islands where the river splits and comes back and stuff. And like there's always fucking tons of cottonmouths and otters and shit on there,
dude. We'll do it one day. I'm just telling you.
Dude, I'll kayak with you down there anytime. I got to buy a kayak one of these days.
I got plenty. I have plenty, Jeff.
That's awesome.
So you don't need to buy anything. You can even be like, Troy, I want to go kayaking with Ruby. Can I come grab it? Yes, you can. You can take them both.
Oh, I know, dude. That's insane, man. Family's family.
But I have so many, bro. You couldn't hurt me. Like you could take 2 and I could still take a family of 6 out. I'm serious.
That's awesome. Yeah, we may come by and do that, dude.
I'll send 2 your way and you can go have a good time with her.
Sweet.
I recommend you get a rack for the top.
Yeah, they make a rack for my little SUV, but
I would do that because you don't want to,
yeah,
get the hell out of it.
Exactly. I was gonna get a bigger car, but I want to buy my house first. I don't want to make any big purchases,
Right, you're gonna wait.
Car, motorcycle.
Huh? I get it.
I'm gonna look
up. That's why don't buy any kayaks if you might not just use them. Please.
Yeah.
Let them do some work. Yeah. Let them do some work. They're just sitting here collecting. They're collecting pollen. Yeah, but you'll be coming back up. Back to what I was saying. You'll come back up the spring, and I hope for those of you that are still listening, you're having a good time, and the comments are awesome. I hope, because this is just really the Troy and Jeff hour. But
I forgot that we're on the show.
I did too. I thought our FaceTime was weird. So you're coming back up, and they were like, "Hey, oh my God, there's a gator right there! You're paddling right up to him and trying to save you." And you keep going, and then I do shit like this.
You don't hear him.
I start looking around. I'm like, "Where's it at?" And I start paddling faster to it, and get everybody all worked up. Like, I can't see it. And you just get them all worked out, and then it usually ends up diving. Tell me, I don't care how nice of a person you are, that you don't have a blast doing some shit like that to someone.
Oh, dude, I love that.
Where? Where?
Dude, me and Ricky fucking the tourists always looked at me and Ricky like we were weird because they'd be going down the hills, bro, and we'd be like fucking herping out there.
Right.
And me and Ricky be like, oh, there's this snake over there and that snake over there. And people were just like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm trying to help you out. See some cool shit.
I love it.
Nothing better.
If they were trying, I like when they try to save me, man. Save me from the alligators.
Hell yeah, dude. Of course, because alligators are vicious. Fucking
he's right there. You just got to play dumb. What? Where? And I mean, God, if I could get that on film,
dude,
get high.
You know, like if you see a fucking 10-foot alligator on the fucking thing, the bigger the alligator, the easier to just walk right up, and they don't give a fuck that you're there. You know, they don't chase you. I mean, if you touch it or fucking get in its face, but if you're just standing next to it, it doesn't fucking care.
Nope.
You know, you go up to anything under like 4 feet seems to run right in the water when you get near it because there's still
all of them do. The only ones that really let you push it, and what I mean by the term "let you push it" is when you
get close,
really come around. Like even if it's an accident, you can accidentally come up on one and not see it. I mean, don't get me wrong. You'll see them like if you just try to act like you're getting away. Because if you watch for novices, if you really watch those rear legs, man, watch those rear legs. They'll gently, ever so slightly concave in. I mean, ever so slightly.
You're going to fucking turn.
That's one of the things, you know, that it's going to leap and it's 9 times out of 10. The alligator's like a huge gorilla. It doesn't
knock you right over
you. It's basically, to me, most alligators, and I don't care if you disagree, I know from personal experience, folks.
Right.
Most alligators, big ones, are gentle giants, and they would rather make a huge bluff, slash the water, flip around and scare you away. It was like if you were to like light off 100 fireworks if you were scared. Like they want to make this big productive leap. Now, yes, during breeding season, there are dangerous alligators,
of course,
and males, but these big males that really aren't copulating anymore, that are just living their life, waiting for the next
they're so chill
hunter to come and kill them so they can stand naked with and go, look, I blew away a big one from 20 yards.
Yeah, 20 yards
away.
Dude, oh yeah, the gator hunt makes me fucking.
I'll tell you what the gator hunt
laugh. It's ridiculous.
Here's what the gator hunt ought to be. If for trophy, you have to go out there in a Tarzan sash.
Oh, dude. Yes.
I mean, dingling dangling. You're dingling dangling, pop flopping, and you got to jump on the back of that motherfucker. No boat can take you out there. You got to swim over to where he's at.
Yeah.
And take him in his own territory. That's alligator hunting. Now I'm talking about people who just do it to kill something, just so they can kill it. I'm not talking about hunting for meat or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not against hunting or culling or any of that. I'm not against any of it. I'm saying, but if people want to murder shit because it's big, first of all, most of you little
twits, a big man, I get that.
The little twits that do that, you know, they're little Johnny boys.
They got little money,
you know, and they're like, I got a lot of money, I can kill something, and then they go to a box place. They pay all this money
to feel like a big man because they're not.
Right. You know, I'm telling you now, someone's going to be mad at me for saying this. They're going to be like, hey, man. I do. So it's not about you, okay, guys? It's not about you. It's a general
animal.
It's a general consensus, dude. Of what we see, like,
and there's a big difference. Sorry, dude.
I'm listening. It's a big difference. Shoot, go for it.
There's a big difference between hunting an alligator and hunting something that can at least elude you, like a deer. You know, that can run away, or you have to fucking be quiet and like really put a sport into it. You're not out there just to fucking put a bullet in something. And most deer hunters are at least going to eat or donate the meat, you know?
Sure.
And so
but just because I can't do something like that, doesn't mean I'm against it. I am not against hunting. If you want to hunt, that's your family, dude, go do your hunting. Yeah. I'm not going to stop you from that. As a matter of fact, farming and hunting helps a lot of things. You know, it stops a lot of poaching. I mean, it's
it keeps the populations down so they don't get out of control.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really, you know, I mean, I don't think we'd ever be overran with like elks and stuff, but I mean, that's our fault. The only reason that we have to do it is because we've destroyed other resources that prevent them from moving along, like wiping out mountain lions and areas and other things to hunt them. But it's not about the hunter. I want everyone who's getting a little slightly offended. I think hunting is a worldwide thing that is just done. People get hunted too, guys. There are animals out there that hunt humans. For those of you people like, well, you should be killing the animal. They hunt you too. You have to go to some countries, people, and you have to wear a mask on the back of your head so that a big cat won't fucking kill you when you're fucking to the trail.
Oh,
We're going back to your domicile. So
have you been watching 1923?
Yeah, I'm going to finish the episode from last night. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you saw the one when the fucking cat came after him in the beginning. It was one of the first ones.
Yep. Or when the sharks were up at the shipwreck.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, hey, knock it off, dude. Captain, knock it off. There's no
Captain, and you need to get another one and name it Tennille. If you guys are old enough, you'll get that because I'm not going to.
My mother used to listen to that shit.
You look it up, guys. But
Muskrat Love, dude.
With that being said, it's the little guys, Jeff. It's the little guys. I don't mean little guys like little munchkins. I mean just
like
little-minded people that have to want to kill something and kill it.
Small people.
I don't think you should be taking nothing's life unless it has to be done. You're
right.
hunting. You have to take a deer. You have to do it, right? Or you have to kill somebody that's hurting your family.
You guys drink that blood.
Right. Just to personally go kill something just to kill it. I don't understand.
Yeah. But the alligator hunt. I mean,
that's out of control now. That's out of control.
Yeah, and you could literally walk up to an alligator, stand over it. An alligator that's been alive for
longer than you.
Live like 50 years,
100 years.
Yeah, 100 years.
If you see a 13-foot alligator, chances are they're in their 70s.
Right. You know, what's that?
Chances are they're in their 70s when they're 12 to 13 feet.
Right.
70s, 80s, easily.
And they're not going to run away. So you literally could stand over it with a handgun and put one in it and be like, I shot a huge gator.
Yeah.
Go shoot a 7-footer and see how that works out for you.
Or catch it butt naked.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm not against it. Hunt alligator if that's what you want to do, man. But I think a lot. But I do know people personally who hunt alligators, and I want to have conversations because I'm really into behavior on both sides of things. So I want to understand the need to do X, Y, and Z. So, but I ask them, and they'll say, "Why we hunt to get some meat. We don't want to go out there and blow away the biggest." I mean that. And these are guys that have been doing it forever. Grew up in Florida, granddaddy, great granddaddy. That's what they did, right?
Sure.
It's not about blowing away the gator. And plus, I agree with a lot of them. It's like big fish. If you have a 14, 15-foot alligator, the meat is going to taste like shit.
Yeah.
Compared to a 6 or 7.
All fucking sinewy, probably, because they're losing weight. And
that's what I'm trying to say. So killing shit like that, like you're killing a great granddaddy to a population that's been out there a long time.
Yep. Happens to snappers too.
I mean, that's just a big animal. If he's made it that long after all these years, hurricanes, fucking, predation, droughts, and he's been alive almost 100 years, man, let him alone, man. He has just as much
right, dude.
People are going to be mad at me for that, Jeff, but fuck them.
No, I'm not mad. People will be
mad.
People
will. I don't care. Leave it alone. It earned it, man. It's like a World War veteran. You don't fucking hurt the veteran, man. He's a veteran of a lot of things.
No doubt, dude. And some guy who's fucking got an IQ of 83 and thinks that fucking Bill Gates is putting microchips in his cereal, right?
Yeah. And he's standing over it. He's standing over the Tommy Hilfiger fucking
right. He's gonna walk up to it with an over-calibered handgun that he couldn't handle in a million years unless he was shooting something that was right below him,
So true.
Like a fucking 50 caliber revolver and shit.
Where is the hate now? Someone's gonna be mad at that.
Oh, if you want to hunt alligators, that's fine. Put a little sport into it. Pick one alligator and spend the day stalking that fucking alligator.
Yeah. Do it in a pair of Crocs, do it in a pair of Crocs. Be original.
It's like I once there was a time when I was interested in deer hunting. So I was watching a hunting channel, right? And they were hunting black bear. So I'm like, the bear's a formidable animal. Maybe maybe one of these guys will get fucking roughed up and I'll have a good day. So this is how they hunt the black bear, right? They get a bunch of day-old donuts and they put it in a barrel. They kick the barrel over and they climb a tree on top of the barrel and wait for the bear to come out, and they fucking shoot it with a bow. Like right down 5 feet away. Like, where's the sport in that? It doesn't take a fucking.
I do believe that we shouldn't. I don't think we should be killing predators, anyways. I think.
Oh, dude, absolutely. We need it.
Probably just kind of. I don't know.
We wouldn't have to kill the deer population if we let the bear population take care of that shit.
Yeah, or the cat, the big cat, mountain lion, panther. Yeah.
If they made big cat hunting legal here, I would lose my shit.
And that's not going to happen, not in our lifetime.
Of course not.
Because there's hardly, if any, real Florida Panthers left.
Hey, knock it off. Stop.
They're all hybrids. All hybrids for the most part.
Stop or you're going in your room. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no. And And a lot of them are dying from, either getting hit by careless drivers or they're just, excuse me for 1 second.
Oh, Captain.
Go in your room. Go. Get in your room. I know you're trying to protect the house. There's nobody there.
He saw a leaf blowing around, Jeff.
What's that?
I said he saw a leaf blowing around. My dogs see leaves, they bark. I'm glad you're still with us, folks. Jeff is currently locking down his dog, but we're not really here. I'm actually in Ocala with Jimmy Riffle. So we're going to be out here all week at the Marion County Fair. If anybody wants to come out and say hello, we'd like to see you. Yeah,
he just wanted to.
We're not really here. We are not here, but we are. We're not live, folks. So if you have been commenting a little bit during our last discussion, we're not live, but we're going to get on and check the comments. I go through them. Jeff,
yeah, no doubt.
Tomorrow we'll have fun. Again, Brittany's not here. She's out filming for something really cool for TV. Jimmy's leaving, I believe, tomorrow morning. The FAWC, or is probably on the road right now. The FAWC, the Florida Alligator Wrestling Championships, to head straight to pick up his other trailer to go straight to the Marion County Fair. We start tomorrow. Or Tuesday, I'm sorry. I think 5 to 10 or 5 to 11 every night. We'll be out there hanging out. Jimmy's going to be doing some shows, and I'm going to bring a fancy alligator out there, a snow white one. So if you guys want to come see Pearl, come on and see Pearl. We're here now. We're tickling her right now. We're in 2 places at one time.
Dude, I just picked up on that from what you were saying before. I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm also very, very high right now. I'm well medicated. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. That hunting like that just makes me really fucking. It's like guys who fish with dynamite. If you just want to throw dynamite in water, throw dynamite.
I see people all the time do it, man. I look at them, I go, God, I want to just beat you half out of your wits right now. Like tomorrow morning, I want you to be rolling into McDonald's in your wheelchair, but I don't do that. I'm like, okay. And they'll say stuff. They're like, yeah, I got me this baby goat. It was screaming. I threw it to my dogs. It was and they think that's cool. I'm like, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's the same people who post like live feeding videos.
I just don't think anything should deserve to die disgracefully. I'm trying to be. I mean, like unless you deserve it. You know what I mean by that. So I don't know. I think everything deserves to be treated respectfully, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Even something that gets hunted. It's not wrong to hunt an animal. It's wrong to just fucking walk up and kill it.
It is. It's a circle of life. And like I said, we talked about it before. You want to be vegetarian or vegan or whatever, and you want to do that for yourself because you feel like you're making a difference. That's awesome, man. Just understand that sometimes you're being that way too is just don't be a fascist.
I hear
understand there's going to be 2 sides to it. No, I could not kill an animal. Will I eat something that's already dead that was once live? Yes, I will.
Absolutely. And I'd wear it on my feet or around my fucking body to keep me warm.
I mean, we've all had our days. I was going to make a joke, and then I decided not to do that. Like, I'm actually high. I'm high, but I'm not high enough to go, you know what, Troy? That probably would not have come out very well at all. But, yeah. So, I mean.
Me too. I had one like that.
I got to be careful. I got to hold back. Because, somebody will get a hold of it, and they'll be like, oh, Troy and Jeff, they're this or they're chauvinist or they're whatever. No, I'm none of the above.
No. I love women. And
I have a great time. Listen, if I was gay, I would be all over Jimmy. I'm just not gay.
Oh, Jimmy with that beard. He's bear daddy.
Can you imagine? You could just get all behind him and stuff, man. Pull his hair,
Jimmy's going to be appalled when he hears that.
Man. I'll tell him it's an hour and 3 minutes in, man. It's we'll call it doing the stagecoach.
The stagecoach.
It'd be the stagecoach, bitch, and just put Jimmy down, get him lined up, grab that hair, man. Woo! Just ride it on. That's the stagecoach, and then see how long before he runs off with you. So you could take it to other levels. Like you could take it to a level where you made it a sport.
We call it Jimmy.
We'll call it the stagecoach.
The stagecoaching.
Yeah. So what you do is you get behind one of them. It doesn't matter. You're having a one-night stand or whatever, a consensual one-night stand. You could turn it into one of the most amazing pranks. Just line up like that, get a hold of it, and then simply say a different name to that person. And then hold on, because you know what's going to run with you. It's going to run, and you got to hold on, like you got to lock in. You got to lock in your little calves, and you got to hold the hair. That's a new one. It's called the stagecoach. See what happens when you're high? You come up with new shit. There's like I've heard of the sneaky night pirate, the Cleveland Beamer, Dirty Sanchez, and now the stagecoach. You heard it here first. The stagecoach, and it started with making a joke about if I was gay, I would love Jimmy.
Jimmy's a pretty lovable dude, man.
I know. Can you imagine? He'd be like a big teddy bear, come in, throw you around a little bit,
you know that guy,
give you some chocolate, take you out places, buy you a nice dinner, cowboy boots, whatever you like. Whatever. He'd get you whatever you like, man. So I think about it.
You would too.
So if I'm telling you guys, like, so when someone gets on and says that any one of us are racist or homophobic, or that's all bullshit. That's a lie, first of all. And then, just we may look like we are, but we're not. And I don't care.
I'm actually a little jealous. I only get 50% of the population to go after.
What's that?
I said I'm a little jealous. I only get 50% of the population to go after. If you go after 100%, you got it made.
Yeah.
You double your dating pool.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
But just understand where we come from. We're very big believers in the black craft and Satanism culture of loving everybody. We're not supposed to be, and even in that, even in the top 9 things of not to do as a Satanist is to harm an animal.
Yep.
Unless it's protecting yourself or for survival only.
Yep.
It's in there, guys. So we try to live by that code of ethics. We don't hate anybody. We don't hate anybody. So not for their color of their skin or their sexual preference or what
they're assholes sometimes.
I don't care what you can be. Any of the above. You can be white, purple, green, black, yellow, red, and you can be gay. If you're an asshole, we'll probably not like you.
Yep. And you can be straight.
And we're gonna be an asshole to us. I don't care if you're a straight gay, alien lover, whatever you are. It doesn't matter what you are. If you're an asshole, that's how we judge you. So it doesn't matter. Just be you. And so we're not like that. So you're gonna get the haters. But like I said, if you got to admit it, man, if I was into that, be into that. But I just like,
I'd fucking rock that shit like a
have a good time. Oh my God! Can you imagine? They'd see us down at the Blue Oyster Bar, like, "Hey, Troy and Jeff are down there." Yep, they're down there, and those guys, they're all silver foxes now, and polar bears.
Yep,
I'm pretty high.
I'm pretty high too, dude.
Some good medicine, guys. This Florida medicine takes away all kinds of things, man. It really makes you just like relax. There you go. I'm going there.
Yeah. Dude, it's rad. If I was gonna say, if there's not one near you, come on down and we'll go.
You'll have to text me what it is. Oh, you already did. You sent me a text message.
Yeah, and you can get on there like little like rewards program thing and whatever.
Yeah, man, I want to go in there. And it's great, guys. If you've never been introduced to cannabis, or you're scared of it, or you're worried about it, like just do it right. Do it slow and go get. If you're in your legal state, get it and try a little bit. I'm telling you what, it's. You have any type of stress or body pains or mental stress, it really takes a chance to restart. You can restart, rethink, restart. It you're like this
off for a little while.
You're like this, and then all of a sudden you come down and you can you reconnect and you put all the pieces back together. It all that spinning, it's like a bunch of loose ropes. They all begin to be connected, and it's awesome. And then you go through the period like we do where we start laughing, and then we eat a sandwich and we go to bed.
I'm telling you, man. I you start throwing away your pharmaceuticals. That's when you really see it. When you're like, I don't need this shit anymore. I don't need this shit anymore.
Right. We're not saying it. Nobody's saying that it cures disease or whatever. No, I'm talking about, if you have some things you need to be on medicine for, it's fine. But I'm saying for just mental cleanliness, man. And Jeff knows, man, there was a time when, he wanted to probably smoke, and it was just, you have to do other things because, they're going to drug test you because you're a dirtbag if you smoke. I mean, I just, that whole stigma needs to go away, man.
Oh, definitely. I've heard that places in my industry in Oregon and places in California, they don't even test for weed anymore.
Well, because that's just unnecessary.
Right. It really is. It's like, I could smoke weed on my day off, and then I go to work and get drug tested 4 days later or a week later, and it's still in there.
Yeah, I like sometimes, medicating enough to where I don't feel like I'm real anymore.
I've been there, dude.
You're like, wait a minute, am I really sitting here with Jeff?
Right. You're in like God, what was those videos, man?
Oh
man,
what videos?
The music videos with the fucking like cartoonish characters.
Oh, the Gorillas?
Knopfler. Oh, fuck, what's his goddamn band?
The Gorillas?
No. Older, man. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, you gotta look. I just remember the girls. I'm happy. I got sunshine. And wasn't that them? It was
no.
Huh?
Mark Knopfler. Okay, wait. I'm gonna find it right now, dude. Dire Straits. Fuck.
Oh, Money for Nothing and your
Yeah. You
The
said
MTV.
you're not real anymore. You're going to that fucking world for a little while. Or the Aha with the fucking comic book world, the drama.
If you ask Ricky, I made a video one time of myself like that in my hallway, and I came in and out of it. It was pretty neat.
Nice.
I had this software for a while I was messing with, and it was really cool. And I was like doing the music, and I would hit the wall, and I would flash it out as myself, and I would go black and white again. And he was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Oh, dude, that's rad.
I don't remember. It was somewhere on my Crocstar page, which obviously I don't have up right now.
I think
But
I've seen
look
it.
at either my old laptop or this one here. I probably got it one of my my Virex files because I got some videos of like where I made like Star Wars like live out here. So the Millennium Falcon shoots down over top of me and Cody, and then the other X-wing shoots he runs through and is shooting up the road.
That's rad.
Bro, and then I got the BB-8 electrocutes him in the doctor's office. I have him sitting like this, and then we overlaid the BB-8 hitting him, and he like jars. They were fun. We were making some fun videos.
Oh, dude, I got a Star Wars app like that that'll do shit like that.
Do you?
Yeah. I'll find it and send it to you. Like, and there's all kinds of shit you can do on there. Like, you can put yourself in the fucking Darth Maul suit with just the like your face in it and shit.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I gotta find
it.
Yeah,
we were just doing overlays. You know, like we were using Final Cut, and if you use Final Cut, if you know anything about Final Cut, or even what is it?
Yeah.
For Apple has one too. It's called
not video. Goddamn iMovie.
That's it. They have a lot of the same software in that.
I love iMovie. It's a little complicated, but it's still good.
Yeah, it's good. There's YouTube. There's YouTube courses on how to use that if you're really into that type of stuff. I mean, I like the streaming, so like I said, I'm gonna set this all up so we're doing stuff on Twitch and all those other places. So it's kind of cool that we got all that stuff out there.
Oh, I know. Yeah, dude, it's rad. Sorry, I'm trying to share this app.
I think I sent you. Didn't I send you the access to Twitch?
Yeah. I have it in my email. I just and I tell people that we're live on Twitch. So,
but every night. So, and we're probably, like I said, guys, I said it last week. We're probably going to have to move the show. I just got your text. We're probably going to move the show to Thursdays just because of some other contracts of what I've got going on and what Jeff's doing.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll make it work. We're going to deliver all the good content to you guys. And
awesome. This is cool. Thank you.
Oh, no worries, dude. You can do some fun shit with that. It's nice being a child sometimes.
It's very nice.
I got to let the dog in.
Go ahead, and then we'll end it up. Yeah,
that's cool. You want to end it up first? We'll end it up first.
I mean, we can. Well, guys, we're not live, so if you've been commenting, we haven't been commenting back. It's not because we're ignoring you at all. We're just on here talking about the things that nobody wants to talk about until you're with us.
And nobody wants to hear.
Brittany is away right now filming for something out of state, and Jimmy is just now leaving the FAWC, and we are, or has left, and we are now currently, as we're talking to you, at the Marion County Fair in Ocala. So this is just a pre-recording.
I'll be home. I'm going to come on and comment.
Well, I'm going to try to do the same thing. So this is a pre-recording, guys. That's why we haven't been commenting. We're not ignoring you. So it's basically been like the Troy and Jeff hour. And some of the stuff we were thinking about doing was probably do these medicated shows. So we were thinking about maybe doing another show in between, maybe a half-hour show of a rant. So we'll get high. We'll pick up something that's really stupid that week, and we'll rant on it for a half hour and make it a comical.
I'm so down, dude. I'm fucking down with that shit.
With the facts. And we'll do it live. We'll do it live so people can join us while we're doing it. So you can join us for we'll call it the half break or whatever.
If you are a legal marijuana user, just a little disclaimer.
Yeah, if you are, you can. I'm just saying you can join us in the stream. I know. But if you're legally allowed with your card to smoke, well, by God, if you're in another state, do what you got to do. So let's go ahead and get back out of here, and we'll go ahead and stop this real fast. And we appreciate y'all for coming out. Thanks again.
Thanks for watching me get high.
We look forward to seeing you. We'll be back next week. All right. Until then, have a great one. We'll see you guys.